I'm not here to play, bro.
First thing I would like to say is I know everybody's streaming, but if everybody keep talking and stuff like that and interrupt, it's gonna make it very difficult to get through this.
From 0 to 1 million followers in 12 months. Now, agent, I don't know if you accomplished that, but you probably did, gang. You know, I wanted to finish my piece before I started touching all this stuff, but it is what it is. Dirty niggas united. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We got a notebook. We got a notebook ready. You know what I'm saying? Hold up. Goddamn. I'm gonna just write something real quick little prayer. You know what I'm saying? Amen. You know what I'm saying? Quick little prayer. I had to write a quick little prayer down. You know what I'm saying? So we got, you know, we really here to learn. You see the glasses, nigga. From 0 to 1 million in 12 months. Like I said, I don't know if this nigga accomplished that. I remember him saying it took him years. I remember him saying it took him goddamn years, nigga. But maybe I wasn't tapped in for the rise up. Maybe I missed it.
I think y'all will learn something. Let's lock in, bro. I know everybody's really excited because this is a great opportunity. I bet the views are looking good. You're meeting a lot of cool people, things of that nature. But there's going to be a long time after this where you will hopefully still be streaming and hopefully still be succeeding. So you want to learn some of these concepts. And I'm going to keep it practical as possible because I want you guys to actually apply some of the stuff that's going on. Before we get started, who's been here that's been streaming for more than like 2 years?
Right here.
Okay, that's about half the class. Who's a newer streamer like the last year or so? Okay, nice. Okay, cool. So we got a little bit of everything. We're going to structure it like, quiet down. We're going to structure it like 0 to 1 million followers. So we're going to start with the first bit from 0 to 250,000 followers. Then we're going to go to the middle from 250 to 750,000 followers, and then beyond that. In the presentation, I'm going to tell you like what your team should potentially look like, what you should be spending your time, potentially your money on, and certain concepts and things you should be practicing and understanding in those different stages if you want to make it to the next and next level. All right? If you haven't,
Let me finish my piece again. He look like he's taking this serious. Hold up. Let me finish my piece again. Oh shit! I thought the top was still on here. How y'all day going, man? You know what I'm saying? Hopefully y'all had something to eat. You know what I'm saying? Niggas a belt hanging on the hanger, gang. What the hell? I usually get my belts hanging on this hoop I got on my door. The belt fell on the hanger. Yo. I'm trying to get through eating my pizza. That's why I'm in here. You didn't got a Tone logo spinning at the bottom of the screen, bro. That's hilarious. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And yes, I keep napkins in my room, nigga. What you gotta say? What? What? It's a trash can over there. Cause I know when I make it, it's gonna be a lot of these parasocial ass niggas trying to flame me and say crazy stuff like, oh, you just threw that on the floor. No, gang, I did it. But I'm still not the cleanest nigga in the world because I got a whole bunch of clothes in my bed right now that I need to wash. I was supposed to put them in the washer before I got on stream, but yeah, you know what I'm saying? So we gonna go ahead and get ready to learn something, man. This nigga agent like he taking it serious, you know what I'm saying? We got the notebook, we got the pen, you know what I'm saying, and we got the teacher, you know what I'm saying? So we taking it serious. We not playing like the other niggas. You know what I'm saying? We ain't playing like the other niggas, man. We taking it serious, man. I want it to feed my kids, man. Yeah, no, I need that. Hold up. I gotta be quick. It's only the last 30 seconds. I gotta hurry. Hurry! Oh my god. Clip that, Twitch. Clip that. I don't know if that was in time. It is what it is. We got 2 subs for my nigga Brandis. I don't know how to give subs back, but we'll figure it out. So from 0 to 1 million in 12 months. Let's lock in.
If you have any questions, just ask, and we'll keep it pushing. All right, nice. So first thing I want to start by saying is this is not easy. I know it's presented like it's easy, and it looks really fun.
I don't think those are hard truths, Mr. Agent, but we'll go ahead and write that down. Not easy. Without expertise, you're playing on hard mode. I'm not writing all that. Okay. It's not easy, y'all.
It's harder than you think. So this graph, I thought it was very fascinating, and it does kind of illustrate just how challenging being seen as a content creator could be. This graph is the subscriber count for Kai Cenat's Kai's Mind channel. His first upload was in December. He was at 500 subscribers in December with dozens of uploads. I'm talking about Kai Cenat. Now, granted, he was uploading as almost like an experiment to see like, he was just saying things that was on his mind. It wasn't super high appeal content. But it's interesting to think even one of the biggest people on the internet can upload dozens of videos to an unknown channel with under 500 subscribers. It wasn't until he promoted it in March where it got a huge spike and it reached 500,000. So like if you're struggling and you've been doing it for a while, sometimes it's not necessarily that you suck, it's just you haven't quite figured out certain concepts yet. So that's what I'm gonna try and click. There's a lot of people here that's like super entertaining that I see, but it's not enough to be entertaining. We all have the entertaining friend that hasn't quite hit yet. And then we all had the friend that's maybe not that entertaining that's been doing phenomenal. You just had to, like Mr. B is not the most entertaining person, but he knows how to put together a good video. So in the same way, we're gonna talk a lot about other platforms because one thing you'll realize as a streamer, you have to be on everything. If you're not on IG Reels, sometimes you gotta be on Facebook. You gotta be on literally everything because that's how you're gonna drive the people to your stream.
Yes.
All right, so talking a little about that today. We're gonna start off in the 0 to 250,000 followers. If you have 0 to 250,000 followers on the platform you stream on, could you raise your hands? 0 to 250,000 followers.
Yeah.
Under 250. On the main platform you stream on. Yeah. You don't stream.
Yeah, like if you got, say like Instagram, you don't stream on there, you got higher followers than the streaming platform.
It don't matter, just the main one, you know. Yeah, just the main one. All right, so you probably heard it before. I'm going to really kind of like drill it in. You have to apply short form. I'm not even joking. Like if you stream significantly less,
Yeah, no, we got that Wi-Fi.
and did more short form, you would see significantly more growth. In this current stage, and I'm gonna give you guys some certain case examples. And low-key, I want to bust some myths too because some people have some misconceptions. So Queso is a really good example of someone who grew playing 2K content on TikTok. He was a 2K TikTok content creator. It doesn't feel like it because a lot can change in 2 years, but he was. And his channel blew up. He had some really big clips, and he was able to transition that audience into streaming. You might think to yourself, okay, that was like 2-3 years ago. How about something more recent? Joe Bart. Joe Bart did a lot of like rants, commentary style content on TikTok. He was able to transition that content. He's one of the biggest streamers on Twitch right now, but it didn't happen overnight. He's someone that killed it on TikTok. One thing you notice about both of them, they're not just good on TikTok, they own it. These guys are f***ing demons at TikTok. So it's not enough to exist on the platform. To dominate it is how you make that transition. And you might be thinking, okay, Joe Bart low-key blew up on TikTok.
Okay. So dominate short form content on a platform. My short form content does the best on YouTube right now. I have 4,000 subscribers if you didn't know. I'm trying to get monetized. Go check me out, man. You know what I'm saying? D90 live on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Go check me out again. Go check me out again. I just posted a 4-hour long goddamn video, and it got restricted in like 3 different countries. So yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? Let's get it, man. You know what I'm saying?
TikTok 2 years ago. Maybe a more recent example. Here's an example of somebody I found a few weeks ago. This is a guy that makes racing content that's probably not going to appeal to most people. He started with 0 subscribers, 0. He actually started with 0 videos. All he did was post YouTube shorts. That's all he did. And they were really good. I'm talking, he was getting 2 million views a short, 2 million views a short, 1 million views a short. Really, like, to me, super interesting content. If you're anywhere in the niche, then this type of content that you would want to watch. His first YouTube video, I took the screenshot a couple weeks ago. It had 680,000 views in 2 weeks. It is over 1 million now. His first YouTube video, 1 million views. But it does on YouTube. So we'll talk a little bit about that. YouTube Shorts translates to YouTube videos really well now.
I disagree with that.
You're wrong.
You finna argue with the nigga that's up. See, these are the type of students that I don't like, gang. So you finna argue with Agent 00 about how YouTube Shorts translates to YouTube videos. The nigga that blew up on YouTube, you finna argue with him. Can we let the nigga teach, please? Yeah, I need that. Yeah. I need that. That's a good one. That's a good clip right there. I need that. I'm starting to learn, like, it's really about the clips, y'all. You know what I'm saying? I learned that from another video. It's really just about the clips, gang. If you can get your clips to go up on a certain platform, it don't really matter the platform. You can make money off that. You don't even gotta get niggas to come to your Twitch stream for real. If we being honest, if you post enough clips. But the ultimate goal is to get people to come watch your Twitch, cause that where the real bread come in, you know what I'm saying? But the fact that she's sitting here arguing with the teacher, who already learned all this shit over years of being a content creator, it's crazy.
I'm not saying that I'm right. I just say I disagree. I've been doing this for 12 years, and I have built some different pages. And I'm not saying it doesn't work for him. I'm just saying I feel like I disagree that it works for everyone.
We'll circle back to it at the end of the talk because I'm gonna explain a few other concepts. Okay.
She disagrees that it works for everybody. Why wouldn't your YouTube views? Why? Because you know on YouTube, if you don't know, when you post a short, you can put like the related video in the short. So if you take your YouTube video and you chop it up into pieces and you post 30 shorts, all 30 of them shorts get 100,000 views. At least I'll say 50 of them niggas is gonna click onto the long form video. So now that's 50 times 30. There go your views right there. He getting 2 million views on a short. So that take 10% of them niggas to click on the actual video. And then let's say he posts 10 shorts from one video. Nigga, what? At 200,000. What's 10% of 2 million? 200,000, right? Or am I dumbass? I think I'm a dumbass. Who gives a damn? I'm dumb. I'm slow. It is what it is. The math is probably wrong. But that's a lot of niggas going to your video. I'm just saying. So the fact that I don't think she's doing it right for her to think it doesn't convert for everybody. Because like for me, my shorts get more views than my actual video right now. But eventually it's going to equal out. It's going to even out. Eventually 1,000 of them niggas are going to go. You know what I'm saying? Eventually it's going, you know what I'm saying? It's going to keep going up. Because right now I get 1,000 views per short. And I don't get no damn views on my videos. Let's be real. but eventually it's gonna go to 10,000 views on the shorts, 1,000 views on the video. So I'm saying, so eventually it will translate as long as you keep going, and I think that's the main thing about this content stuff. As long as you keep going, you should be straight. That's my problem. I done built a lot of channels. I done got 1,000 view videos. I done hit a lot of milestones. A lot of niggas can't say they hit on this YouTube stuff, but I just keep stopping, and that's my problem.
Okay, so when it comes to short form, this actually does apply just in general. You need some sort of hook, okay?
Damn. All right, man. Cause my shorts, you feel me? They getting 1,000 views right now. We can get some more by listening to my nigga, man. So we need a hook, a human connection. Okay, so we go in parentheses. We gonna put relatable. Your face can be the hook. What? Okay, I'm not. I mean, I get called fine, but I ain't that good looking. You're crazy. We're just gonna put relatable and slash cause a feeling, because I learned from a video that in marketing, when you're selling something, even if it is yourself, you either be relatable or you make the people feel something. That's why the best movies we ever seen made you feel something, gang. Inside Out was tough. It made you feel good, gang, especially at the end. And it made you feel sad. It made you feel a lot of things. It was a roller coaster. You know what I'm saying? You know, like how the hoes, like these lame ass messed up niggas, because they emotions be on a roller coaster. It's the same thing. Market is the same thing, gang. You can sell them a lifestyle. You can sell them a, you know what I'm saying? You can sell them anything, really. But it all goes back to how you make that person feel. Like Nike, you feel like an athlete when you put that thing on. That's why athletes buy it so much. I forgot. I'm over here yapping. I forgot the third step. The curiosity gap. Hook. Itch that can be scratched by watching the whole short. So I feel like for like a streamer like me, the hook can be the title, because you know when it's a preview on the thumbnail. You know, I just posted the clip 2 seconds ago, and the title was Donni caught Playboy match looking. I'm peeping it. I'm understanding it. So instead of hook, you're gonna say question that can be answered. By watching the whole video. So the whole short. So example, the one I just posted, my title is the hook. Okay. Black boy match gets caught looking. The question is, looking at what? You know what I'm saying? And then the answer should be at the end of the video. Nah, gang.
Say something, and it's going to sound a little pseudo.
I'm not here to play.
But it's not. It's very, very practical. Do you guys have like an idea of what your audience wants to watch? Okay. Now we're talking. Being able to like put yourself in your audience shoes is the biggest superpower a content creator have. The same way that being able to put yourself in a customer's shoes is the best power a business can have. If you don't have an idea of what your community wants to see, you're gonna airball a lot of shots. It don't mean you can't airball some shots. You're not gonna hit everything. But having a good hook is a good premise. So like,
I think I left out
I'm gonna show some examples of hooks that I think are really good in different ways, and then you can start to think about how you can apply that to your content. The reason why I say that is because when it comes to short form, if you don't have a good hook, you're setting yourself up for failure. You only have a certain amount of time to capture somebody's interest. So what I would like to present is, next time you're scrolling short form, next time you're even watching long form YouTube videos, I want you to think about what you're thinking about while you're watching it. What about it specifically is interesting? You will start to pick up a lot of strategies from this. What about it specifically is interesting?
The hell?
You will.
This big ass gremlin ass. Where is your shirt, gang? Where's your shirt, gang? Why the hell is Kaiser just standing here in the cut? What is he bringing him to class? That's why I don't like fat people, bro. Like, fat people get away with taking their shirt off too much. I don't want to see this game. Cancel me, bro. I don't care.
Start to pick up a lot of strategies from the stuff you like that you can apply into your own content. Goodness gracious, Pudgy. No shirt, bro? All right. All right. Dub, you can't sit in this front row. You gotta find somewhere else. Hey, quiet down, quiet down, quiet down, quiet down, please.
Hey, listen. This is Professor of the Year for class of 2025. This is one of the most important classes on our campus. Please listen. We're not in elementary. You see people walking, we don't gotta talk to them waving nothing. Jordan.
I made it.
We don't gotta be waving at people coming in late.
They came in late. I made sure to
Pay attention, please. Go ahead.
Thank you, Dean Sinet. If you're really popular on a platform, like some of you guys, like Alyssa, you have a face that people have seen on TikTok a lot, you can use your face as the hook. You know what I'm saying? If you look at a lot of A&P videos, we just use our faces as the hook. So like if, for example, who here is like known for something that, Dub, what are you known for?
Having a son and food now.
Okay, nice. Well, in that instance, you could use your face
For having a son.
in certain contexts that apply to that, right? If somebody thinks you're really knowledgeable with money and you're doing a money topic, sometimes your face is gonna be the thing that hooks people. So, you know, it doesn't have to be like a big thumbnail with a fucking red circle, you know? And then like you just have to, well, we'll explain a little bit later, but it just has to be like an itch that you can hook. So I got a couple examples here. I'm gonna show you the good example first. Hopefully it works. There we go.
Where'd they get their damn board from? My board wasn't working like this.
Yeah, let me turn this motherfucker up.
What the hell type board is this?
Well, after making his apologies and claiming that he missed breakpoint, I thought we were done there. But the very next race, I found myself next to him again. This time I'm driving a McLaren and in a tight battle of my own, getting squeezed onto a curb before making a move around the outside of another. Unfortunately, I get poor.
Agent, what the hell you got me watching, gang? Hey. I thought you said this was a good example. I'm scrolling past this. No, I'm playing. This is probably a good example for like niggas who like content like this, but I'm scrolling past this. No kidding me.
Jaws of the cars behind. Suddenly I find myself defending from 4 different drivers and start weaving to avoid giving a tow.
Okay, so that's an example of that's a very activating short. I can sit down and explain to you guys all the reasons why, the angles, the voiceover, where he threw it to, where he got it back. But then you could compare that, let's short that got like 1 million views, to this short, which is the same concept. Is somebody that crashed into him.
Don't you do it, don't you do it. You mother. Mother. Make it.
So it's the same concept. He did the same thing. They both had the same experience. Somebody hit him. He's playing a racing game, somebody hit him. One guy went through the effort of getting all these cinematic shots, making sure you had no chance for your attention to get lost. Another person just played a clip. There's levels to this.
What if you don't have editing skills?
You gotta find editing skills. And so like,
Nigga,
I will
edit
say, we're
yourself,
gonna get to it in a
nigga.
little bit, but a lot of the skills you hire for are actually things you should know. One, you're gonna know if someone's scamming you, if you know how it's done. But then two, on top of that, if they're not available and for some reason you need to get down and dirty, you should know how to edit a video, you should know how to edit a short, you should know how to do all the things you hire for. That's why I know how to make lotion and shit, as the tone guys here. So I would like to say it's not always a success, and you always have to be trying stuff. So even the biggest streamers in the building, they miss sometimes. You can do some stuff that doesn't hit all the time, but you should always be applying the principles. So I started a gaming page. In my head, I know what does that mean. The gaming page is at what? 200, it's like at 30,000 subscribers right now. It's performing well, views per video, but I'm not farming subs enough. What should I do in that instance? Lean into shorts. So not only am I posting YouTube shorts consistently now, but I also created a gaming Instagram so I could apply more shorts. And there's actually a pretty good conversion between Instagram Reels and content off platform. Instagram is actually maybe the most underrated thing in content right now. So let me give you a couple examples of hooks. This is an example of a hook where the caption is what makes you intrigued in the content.
See what I'm saying? That's what I was saying. Like, my captions can be the hook. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I don't want to sign in, so. I think it's just the internet, to be honest with you. Yeah, so first of all, that's prosthetics. It's not my real forehead.
Right. Damn! Damn, gang. And I thought my forehead was big. Hold on, let me turn my quality up for you niggas that can't see. Gang. Like his junk like up here.
Okay. Okay, but the premise is that
what am I doing wrong,
once
bro?
you read the caption, the bouncer says no hats, you got no choice but to fucking stick around to see why the caption says that. The caption make you want to stay to the end. And you obviously can see the hat, and just, you know, it's implied that I'm going to review the hat. But by the time you finish it, you're like, damn, that was so crazy. Maybe I watch it again. Now you loop somebody. Now you get mad watch time. Feel me? So this is an example of an Instagram reel that we posted like last week that performed pretty well. Yeah, what's that?
So a lot of my videos have VOV, like you're 27 and single, so you're going on a solo date.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm known for my mukbang and solo date. Do you think POV is like important? If you think that's why the videos are hitting so much because POV is so relevant?
It's impossible to answer without knowing your audience. It's like super audience specific. So I would have to look at your specific audience and see why something may or may not hit. Because something that hit for you might not hit for the next person. Feel me? So this is a thumbnail hook where the actual thumbnail, the content of the thumbnail is what makes you want to watch. So this is a clip that I dead ass posted.
Fuck am I looking at?
Like every 3 months. But it was the intro I did for a 48-hour stream where I came down, rappelled from the ceiling. But you don't have to know any of that. It says craziest Twitch intro. Why is it so crazy? Well, why is this guy rappelling from the roof? So it adds like some interesting appeal. Who this applies for is anybody that watch streams. Why is this better than any Twitch intro I've seen before? It might not even be the best, but it's a unique one. It's unique enough to where every time I post it, it does well. I repost it like every 3 months. But in my opinion, like now you're using a thumbnail, you're using a caption, you could use somebody's face. You could even use the, what do you call it, the description in the bottom of it to interest people. So like, don't waste space. Everything they see could be another reason they discard your content, right? Think about the way you consume content. You be scrolling. You're not paying attention to nobody. You scroll. It could be someone you fuck with. You might scroll past it. So it's not enough to know people. It's not even enough to make good content. You deadass have to have the whole package. You know what I'm saying? Like once they watch the video, it has to be a good video, but you also have to package it to make it look like a real video if you want people to stick around.
So
Nigga, what?
when you're making certain videos, you have to pay attention to the analytics to see how it's performing, to see what works better for you.
Yeah, that's true. We'll get into that a little bit more, but that does apply. Yes, you're correct. So this is like, to me, this is obvious, but there's a chance that you might not already be doing it. So let's say you're in fashion, right? Let's say you're in gaming. There's really no planet you shouldn't be on TikTok. You could type in gaming, you could click the 3 dots, you can click filter, you can go by like count, and you can go this week or this month. If you don't know what's popping in your genre, in your field on TikTok in the last 2 weeks, you genuinely don't care about your job. That's what it feels like, because if this was any other context, you would pay attention. If you were an athlete, you would kind of pay attention to the stuff you put in your body. If you're a streamer, you should pay attention to the content that's performing. This is part of the job. Yo, can we quiet down, please? So if...
Yeah, agent, I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm not doing that, gang. I'm not. Listen, like you can say, you feel me? I'm not doing that, gang. Listen, either the hook stuff work or it don't. I'm not finna see what's trending and go copy it. I'm just gonna be me. I can't do it, gang. I'm sorry. You feel what I'm saying? Like, even the glasses and the shirt I got on right now was like I thought it was an original idea, but of course it was other niggas doing it. But I didn't see somebody else doing it and do it. You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm not doing that, bro. Yeah, we're not writing that down. I'm sorry. Yeah, we're not writing that down. We're not writing that down. We're not writing that down.
If you haven't been doing it, make it a habit. In fact, what I like to do is I literally create a separate TikTok, a separate YouTube, where the only thing I do on it is research. So the algorithm specifically feeds me interesting, unique, creative stuff because that's the only thing I consume on it. So I don't watch my usual videos on there. I specifically use it just to see what's hitting, what's working.
Yeah, we're not doing that,
just for
James.
stuff in your bubble. Genuinely, you'll have so many bangers if you start looking at other bubbles. You know what I'm saying? It's interesting though. Like there are French streamers with 40,000 live viewers that you've never heard of. There are Spanish viewers with 50,000 live viewers you've never heard of. It's not that they're not big, they're just not in your bubble. There's a lot of stuff happening. It's not happening in this bubble. You guys are in this Stream University bubble. It's mad shit happening in the world. If you're not paying attention to all of it, you're missing out tremendously.
So, like, who are your favorite
Alyssa, I think she's fire over there. Suburbs hilarious. Chibu didn't make it here. I wish he got picked, but Chibu's really funny to me.
Okay, so not me. Okay.
No, I mean, okay. Did you want me to say you? Okay. You're pretty great too. Yeah. Yeah, I love your content. Yeah.
What about this guy?
All right, so I would like to say, there's a good, okay, certain things you can't learn without trying. It's facts, right? I mean, sure, somebody could tell it to you, but sometimes actually experiencing it hits harder. So the YouTube Shorts to YouTube videos is undefeated. First of all, YouTube Shorts is just the best way to get subs on YouTube, okay? And you might be saying, like, this is Streaming University, why are you talking about YouTube and short form so much? It is impossible to grow as a streamer, okay? I don't know if you noticed. You will not grow as a streamer by streaming more hours. In fact, you won't even grow as a streamer by making good content. You will only grow as a streamer if you're making good content and people can see it on all the platforms. You know what I'm saying? So it don't matter how funny your clip was today. If niggas not clipping it on Twitter and the TikTok's not sharing it, then, I mean, nobody saw it. Your audience saw it, but they're already watching you. You feel me? So get in the habit of trying to share some of the stuff that's happening, not just on stream. The grind is not just more hours on stream. This is very prehistoric mindset, okay? The grind is having a moment and then finding ways to share it with everybody. So streaming, you essentially now are a content creator. You're not a streamer no more. It's a full-on content creator. What's that?
So how do you like do it as to like, you said that people are in their own bubbles. How do you like get out of those bubbles? Like for instance, Steve, right? He has a big fan base because he gets out of his bubble. So how do you make it so you're out?
How do you get out of your bubble? You just have to make an effort to consume different types of content that you may not particularly be interested in. It could be in a different language, it could be in a different font, but you just have to make a serious effort to, you won't leave it by accident. If you let your algorithm, it'll keep you in that bubble because that's the stuff you like. You just have to start consuming different things. That'll be on you, low-key, to just, teach your algorithm a little bit.
I got a question.
What's that?
Why you think Kai only posts shorts on YouTube but don't post them videos on Instagram Reels?
I think he's, I don't know. He's been talking about starting on Reels. Yeah, he's just been off for a while, focusing on other stuff. So, but just because somebody doesn't necessarily mean it's good or bad strategy, it's kind of just what works for you. Being everywhere for the average streamer works. I will also say, sometimes things apply to the biggest streamers that's not gonna apply to you. Like it might only work for them because they're them. You get what I'm saying? So like, take it with a grain of salt when you see a really, really big streamer doing something. It might not always work. It's worth trying stuff though, but it might not always work. Instagram Reels is OP. Are you who's posting on Instagram Reels here? Wise. Bro, if you are not, brother, how do I tell you, right?
It's a big deal.
Let me tell you how remember TikTok 3 years ago? That is Instagram Reels today. And especially if you have an existing audience on Instagram, it's crack.
Really go up faster.
Way faster. Not just on Instagram, but it just shares shit so well. Jeremiah. You can, it depends on your niche. I would say probably don't post more than 1 or 2 times. But there's some people that post 4 or 5 times. It just depends on your niche. Some niches are a lot more acceptable to spam posts. Some niches you could deadass post the same video every week for like the rest of the year.
So you be reposting your own content again and again?
You can. You can. Like if enough time passes and a clip hit, I already post it.
Yeah.
That's my question. When I post on TikTok, they flag my content for unoriginal content. If it gets clipped, my clipper send me the clip, and I have to appeal it sometimes.
Okay, I will say, so all the social platforms don't like clipping culture. It's true, okay? And there is probably going to get nerfed at some point, most likely. They consider it unoriginal because it is technically not an original piece of content. The original piece of content is happening on stream.
It's me though.
No, I understand that, but it's still not original. Like you did it somewhere else. You're just repurposing it. So we don't know how long this meta is gonna exist for. So while it's here, you might as well take full advantage. This is a crazy level of late.
So if I stream on Twitch and TikTok and all the planes at the same time, does that make it original? What the hell are we talking about, gang?
Yeah, I'm already knowing, gang. I'm already knowing. What's that?
It's late as hell. What, yo?
Yes, but we'll talk about that a little bit later. Okay, so this is like a good concept that I think everybody deserves to understand. A lot of people think the clip hit because it got views. All right, who here has had a clip that went viral and then nothing happened because of it? All right, this is common. It didn't result in anything. Like it was a moment, then it passed. You know what I'm saying?
Like it went viral and you ain't make no money from it?
money, like it didn't transition to no views on the socials. I want you to pay attention to this and let me know what you notice.
Entire stream room into a big ball pit. It was a lot of fun. But I left the house for a couple hours and balls have been pouring out the entire time. And you might think to yourself, like, how bad could it possibly be, Agent? It can't be that fucking bad. 100,000 balls can't be that bad, right? King.
So who cleaned that?
He is going
Chris. Nah, at the time he wasn't camera. He was doing something else. But if you notice in that clip, your first thought is gonna be like, damn. Well, first of all, your first thought is Kai's gonna be mad. But then the second thought is gonna be, well, that's a pretty crazy thing to do on stream. You know what I'm saying? The clip is actually useful to you if it makes people think I should show up to the stream. Oh, there's some cool things that happen on that stream. If you collect enough of those, they will genuinely start to show up to more of those streams. Here's a second example of the same thing. Is it gonna let me click this X today? So you're gonna watch this clip and you're gonna think to yourself, oh, he's doing a 48-hour stream. Maybe I should tune into it. So your clip should naturally make people wanna come to the content. You know what I'm saying? In fact, usually before I do a marathon, I'll at least do some sort of simple TikTok saying like, yo, I'm surviving in the Amazon for 48 hours. So the point is the clips can get views, that's cool. But the clips should get views and make people think, damn, I should show up to this. You know what I'm saying? So if your clip got views and it makes people think this guy's a asshole, then it didn't do you much good. In fact, it probably did you some harm. There's gonna be some mad people on Twitter and shit that just think you're a way that you're probably not. All right.
I got a question.
Okay.
I feel like I've grown at least 6 clipping pages. I know how to do it crazy good. I can get good views, all these captions.
Okay.
Why do you think, I feel like for me personally, and I heard a lot of people, why do you think when it comes to like Twitch,
Yo, let's hear a question.
why do you think when it comes to Twitch specifically, it is so hard to grow? Because I can get millions of views and understand the algorithm on all the platforms because I've mastered that. But to actually get them over, I mastered the everything that you said, but it's hard to get over because I feel like Twitch doesn't push you out. You have to collab.
Did you? That's what I'm saying. You mastered getting views on those platforms, but did you master making those type of clips he just showed? You see what I'm saying? Because if you don't know who this is, she makes skits. Well, she used to make skits. I don't know what the hell she do now, but she used to make skits. And she used to make skits, but her skits would never make me go watch her stream. You see what I'm saying? Like that intro he just showed and the little 100,000 balls. Hey yo, chill. That will make me want to go watch her stream. She makes skits. Your skits not gonna make me want to go watch her stream. But you have a big enough audience, you could just make a video. You could just be like, hey, come watch my stream. And a couple people are going to come watch. Come watch my stream at this so-and-so time.
It doesn't translate versus like...
We could talk about that after because being able, that's a very D's topic. Yeah. But some of these concepts will help. Being able to apply short form and then what we'll talk about a little bit later, these will help, okay? All right, when it comes to understanding content, this is going to sound like the simplest thing you heard today, but on God, half the room's not doing it, okay? A lot of people have the balls to do this part right here. You hit the live button, all right? And that's actually a big first step. A lot of people think about it, they actually don't hit the live button. But then after that, a lot of people skip this part. They fill it out, but they don't actually look. They don't actually see what the chat was saying. They don't see what the numbers was doing. They don't actually analyze the content to see if it performed. But sometimes they do. And then they still don't do this part, which is make the actual adjustment. What this looks like is, do we have any gamers in here that do gaming content? Right? Let's say you playing Valorant. All right, boom, you did the content, you analyze the content. You know your stream doesn't like Valorant, okay? Maybe it's falling off, just watch now, we don't know, okay? You actually aren't making the adjustment. I've seen it so many times where it's like people are sabotaging themselves because there's something they want to do and it's technically not in line with what their chat wants to see. You streaming. At the end of the day, when you stream, you either entertain or inform. So if you're an informative nigga, then you could, spew the knowledge, share, help people. But if you're an entertainer, you actually genuinely have to entertain. If you're doing something niggas don't want to see, you're not entertaining. You're actually just selfishly entertaining yourself. But which is okay if you don't care about growth. But if we're here to talk about growth and you want to grow, it has to look like this and genuinely making that adjustment.
So what would that adjustment look like?
Like not doing Valorant. Like trying something else. You have to explore. While things are going well, you have to explore so that if things don't go well with that anymore, you adjust. I used to be in the 2K community. I knew what it was like to rely specifically on one game. It sucked. If the game was ass, what happened? Views were down. Nobody cared. It didn't matter how much they liked me. They wasn't going to watch content for a game they didn't care about. You know what I'm saying? You learn that lesson the hard way, and then once you get the momentum back again, now you start AMP. Now you start doing different types of content. You have to learn from these situations.
Okay, so I kind of have that problem right now. Like, I feel like I'm stuck in one game.
Okay.
So did you just, like, experiment and just do other games that were popular? Or, like, what kind of things did you do? Did you do things that were, like, just trending?
Yeah, so if you want to do games that you think have the same audience as that one, and try and create some appeal into that game. So what game do you play?
Marvel Rivals.
So you maybe Overwatch would be a shitty game to go to, but essentially, I appreciate it. So essentially you want to find a game that has a similar audience and try and create the most high appeal stuff you can lead with to make people think like, hey, this is not so bad.
Yo, why do y'all make these workers dress like this? Can we talk about this? What is going on? Why does this nigga have on game?
And try and create the most high appeal. Appreciate it.
This nigga got on a secret super suit. Like, what a hazmat suit. A damn laboratory suit. Why do y'all make these niggas wear this? This is the second nigga I've seen dressed like this. Like, what's going on? AMP? What's going on, gang? Why are we...
So essentially, you want to find a game that has a similar
my
audience.
bit rate is still
and
in the
try and
toilet.
create the most high appeal stuff you can lead with to make people think like,
It is
hey,
what
it's
it
not
is.
so bad.
Would you do, like, multiple games at the same time?
Explore, like what Jinxie did was a really good example. We'll talk about it in a second. Where he did Rainbow Six nonstop, right? But now he could do kind of do whatever he wants. He didn't start that way. Like he experimented a little bit with certain games that had similar communities, and then he was able to now he's so varied he could play any game and it's gonna pull. So it's a little bit of strategy to it. But a lot of what's going to work for that is being able to see what other people did. Back when I was making 2K content, there was a few people that pivoted away from 2K content. And I studied the out of that. Like, I was on their page, like, he dropped this video, then he dropped this video, and then he went over there and did that. Feel me? But that informed me. So most of the time, the stuff you're doing, people have done it before. Follow the blueprint. All right, speaking about that, who here is not in a niche? You just do whatever, whenever. Okay? All right. So I will say, the people that are in a niche, you have a higher likelihood to grow faster. There's other variables that can matter, but being in a niche helps a lot because it makes your content definable. When people look at you, they want to think, what's Suburb Baby content about? If they can't put a word on what his content's about, they're going to struggle to put that content straight up. When you can identify what something is, it's easier to identify with it. Like, if I say Easy's a really nice person, I like watching streamers that give me a good vibe, now I know that's the type of content that I like. You have to be identifiable. Being in a niche makes that a little easy. It's not necessary, but it genuinely helps. Let me give you some examples. Jinxie, we talked a little bit about him a second ago. He grew exclusively on Rainbow Six. He wouldn't touch another fucking game, right? Now he can play whatever game he wants. He could have went IRL, he could have did a whole lot of shit, he wasn't into that. Dashie is another good example. I don't know how many OGs here know Dashie. He's one of my favorite content creators. Before he ever had a gaming channel.
Welcome back. Yes, back. Ugly.
He had a voiceover skit channel. And he dominated. He had millions of subscribers. It wasn't until he dominated that field, he pivoted to something else. You'll see a lot in entertainment. 50 Cent dominate music, right? Then he's like, oh, what do I want to do next? I'm bored. Now he goes into film. He dominates film. Now you can do next. Be transitioning out of the niche before you conquered it. You can, but there's going to be a trough where things look a little ugly. You know, money slow down, views slow down. You could do that. I've seen it happen. Ron is a good example, right? Where Ron had a dip, but then he was good enough to where he was able to bring it back. And now, like, I saw him at 110,000 people at 4 a.m. yesterday. So it doesn't mean you can't pivot out of niches. Sometimes niches scare people because you think, oh, I'm a creative soul. I don't want to do one thing. I don't want to be in a box. Sometimes the box is nice. And just so you know, even when you don't think you're in a box, you just happen to be in a big box. Everybody's in a box. Duke and Speed, good examples of two NBA 2K content creators that grew to the peaks in their games before they transitioned and did other stuff. Duke doing lifestyle stuff, and Speed obviously doing the IRL streaming. Okay, this is like pretty practical. The biggest streamers are doing it, and it's not a secret. The guy that's synonymous with YouTube is streaming on Twitch. The guy that's synonymous with Twitch is now streaming on YouTube. It's not an accident. Like, they're watching what's happening and they're making adjustments. Streaming exclusively to a platform that's not paying you is just like, that's kind of like only playing on PlayStation, but you could afford an Xbox and a PC. Like, you can, but you're gonna miss out on some stuff. So you might as well stream on all of it. We're on YouTube and Twitch right now.
But how can I do Twitch and TikTok? Because TikTok.
You can do that too. A lot of people do that too.
Like on this,
How,
Yeah,
nigga?
it's just like the issue with TikTok is if you say nigga one time, you're out of there. Yeah. So that's, for me, it's like, yeah. Nah, they fry you. Yeah.
You can't say the N-word on TikTok? Hey, TikTok, why we can't say the N-word on TikTok, gang? Lame ass nigga.
Kai's niche. Early days, Kai did a lot of prank content, ding dong ditches and stuff like that. He was on campus. He was doing a lot of like datey type of style content. Then he was with us in A&P, and then he started doing like IRL content. So like everyone kind of starts a niche. Kai's a little bit of a hybrid though. I wouldn't say he was in a clear niche. Yes.
I switched my niche fully.
That's good. And you.
I used to be in hot tubs with girls. I was like slapping ass.
Yo, quiet down. Everybody listen to him.
I always raise girls, mad bitches, slapping ass. You know what I'm saying? Like orgy shit. We don't call girls that. And then
No, he's good.
I switched it to
He's not talking to you though.
Yeah, I switched it to all dude content, and I chill with the bros and have fun.
He getting his clips in, nigga.
All right.
Freak ass nigga.
In this stage, if you have under 250,000 followers, it's gonna be tempting to stream more, to come up with stream ideas. I promise, you need more short form ideas. This is what your day should look like. You should genuinely be spending 60% of your day on short form. This is not exaggeration. This is not shock value. In fact, it might be a understatement. I would dedicate maybe 40% of your time to streaming, 60% of your time to shorts. If you don't have a shorts person, that's okay. Make them yourself.
Is that clips?
Yes, shorts, TikTok, IG Reels, all that, yes. It could be whatever, as long as people post it. Yeah, because shorts barely make any money anyway. All right, so this is, okay, I'm gonna do this for every stage just so you guys get a sense, because I know hiring is like a little bit of like nobody talks about it. But this is what my team looks like. So I have an operations guy. Yeah, he's in the tone suit. We got creative and camera, Marcus, but.
All right, man. For these next two, I'm gonna just take a picture of this, cause we ain't there yet, gang. Nigga, I'm finna take a picture of myself. I'm an idiot. We just gonna come back to this video. You know what I'm saying? That's what we gonna do. We gonna hit the save button. We're gonna put that on watch later. And we're gonna come back to this video because we're not at whatever level the hell this nigga talking about. I can't afford no team, nigga.